A warm welcome back to the channel. Cathay Pacific is reportedly eyeing a new purchase of aircraft from either Airbus or Boeing in a bid to grow its wide-body fleet. Reporting led by Danny Lee from Bloomberg indicates that Cathay Pacific has put forward requests for proposals, or more commonly referred to as RFPs, towards Airbus and Boeing in a bid to get these respective plane makers to really bid for the order and put forward their best deal that Cathay Pacific could act upon. Likely to be a multi-billion-dollar deal, Cathay Pacific has emphasized developing its fleet following the global pandemic. We know the pandemic absolutely shattered this airline to its very core, and rebuilding was never going to be a given, but development for them is felt to be achieved through the purchase of many new planes to facilitate growth in their fleet and also network. Cathay Pacific has remained interested in new planes across multiple years and has on several occasions actually gone through with aircraft purchases, this evident through the A330neo, which is expected to play a pivotal role in the mid-sized wide-body operations and obviously help replace the aging A330ceos. However, one avenue that is yet to be determined, at least as part of this fresh interest, is as they look towards some of your larger wide-body planes ranging from the 350 to even the 787 alongside 777X jets that would bolster that fleet. While the 777X remains uncertified, a top-up purchase of this type alongside the 350 would see the company actually recommit to planes that are already in its fleet portfolio. However, purchasing the 787 Dreamliner from Boeing would shift away from the already ordered aircraft and possibly add complexity around the airline's business, with, remember, the A330neo already featuring. This is a direct competitor to the 787 Dreamliner. That A330neo was ordered in 2024. If therefore the 787 was to be selected as part of the airline's next wide-body order valued in the billions, well, Cathay Pacific would have every aircraft type part of really your next generation of commercial airliners. Yes, every single one of them. Most airlines, when they're looking at their fleet, will opt for a portfolio that moves away from a complex nature. They believe if they can streamline this, they'll have lower operating costs, a much more simplified maintenance, and even training by streamlining the process and lowering the amount of individual aircraft types that they do have. Ultimately, Airbus would feel that they're well positioned to win over this contract by the Hong Kong-based carrier thanks to their recent successes seen in the RFPs that Cathay Pacific have put forward. They have been able to win over a significant number of these. Boeing, while seeing orders for their upcoming 777X, these ultimately took place in the early to mid-2010s when the aircraft was first launched, and since then it has been relatively quiet despite them putting forward their alternatives. On the other hand, like I touched on, Airbus has won some pretty big contracts, the A330neo being a big one of those. I'd be really curious to hear your take down below in the comments. Obviously, Cathay Pacific is still interested in growing and renewing its fleet, and I'd love to hear which direction you feel to be best. Is it really worth them adding the 787 Dreamliner, a whole new aircraft type, or do you feel sticking with something that they are familiar with, whether that's the A350 or the upcoming 777X, may be best? You can let me know down below in the comments. Until then, take care, be safe, and no doubt we'll keep a close eye on developments for this order until we eventually get that firm confirmation.
And we'll fly.